Hi friends, welcome to Bulldog Yoga. My name is Allison and today's all about healthy backs. So if you're interested in releasing any lower back discomfort, or if you're come in from a run or exercise program and you're looking to release the lower back, this class is great for you. Of course, if you have any chronic or acute injuries going on, make sure you have clearance from your doctor before participating. It'll be great if you have a block and a strap. So let's get started.
Inhale, send it high. Stay for the exhale. Everyone looks awesome. Hold it here. You guys got this. Hold for 3.
Hey friends, welcome. Go ahead and lie down on your backs. And draw your knees deep into your chest. Both knees come in. And take a moment and notice your breath. Let your breath come in through the nose. On the exhale, squeeze a little tighter towards yourself. Back of the head could rest on the mat. Follow the exhale here. One more full breath through the nose. Full breath out through the nose. Draw the right knee into your chest and extend the left leg long to the mat. Notice the breath with ease now. Knowing that every inhale and every exhale is a way to show up in this moment with ease. This posture is great to start to release the back. Do your best to lengthen your extended left leg. Keep drawing in that right knee towards the right shoulder. We'll take one more rhythmic breath in through the nose. Sweet expiration out. Start to straighten the right leg towards the ceiling. And if you'd like, you can either use your strap around the sole of the right foot, or interlace your hands underneath the right hamstring, pressing the hamstring all the way away from you. This posture, we're actually looking to do our best to line up the right ankle in line with the right knee, in line with the right hip. Do your best to straighten the leg towards the ceiling. Keep flexing your foot, and at the same time pressing your foot into the strap, creating a lot of length from the side body under the right armpit all the way down to the right hip. Nice job, Enzo. Just pressing the strap down towards your face and pushing the strap away with your foot. We'll take 2 more rounds of your breath in. Full breath cycle out. One more deep inhale. Stay for the full exhale. Take the strap into the right hand. Place your left hand on top of your left thigh and begin to open the right leg to the right. Do your best now as you open the right leg towards the right side to engage your left extended leg. So the toes are flexed on the left leg. This posture helps to release the lower back. One way to do that is to pull the rib cage in towards the center of your body and draw your navel down towards the ground, creating length through the entire right side of the armpit, still down the right hip. 2 more breath cycles. Flex that extended left leg. Keep the left hand rooted down onto the thigh. 1 more full round of your breath here. Finish your exhale completely. Start to lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. Take the left hand to the strap. Start to broaden now. Send your right hip to the right side of your mat as the leg crosses over the left thigh. Do your best to keep the right shoulder on the ground. One way to do that is either have your hand directly down by your hip. You can also make a letter T or a field goal arm with that shoulder. Nice job, Ed. So from that right armpit, stretching all the way down the right hip, cross the energy down through the right leg to the front of the mat, and at the same time, from the outer right hip, straight out the right foot. Now, while your legs are apart in this way, energetically drag your heels together. Now, they're not going to come together, but the more you squeeze your heel-to-heel alignment from that right heel all the way to your left heel, the more support the back will have. Let's together breathe in. Exhale, 1, doing great at home now. Stay with it here. Take a full round of your breath in. Full deep breath out. Nice job. Lift the leg back through to center. Very carefully keep your right leg long. Gently release the strap. Keep your right leg extended and slowly lower the right leg towards the ground. Pay attention now. Give yourself a pause and notice. We've just released the right leg back to the mat. Sensation now in the lower right side of your back should be a lot closer towards the mat. Do you guys feel that? A lot of releasing there. It may feel like the right leg's even longer than the left. 1 more breath in. But this is a great way to relax and release lower back and stress. Before we go to the other side, bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat, lift your hips off an inch, and lower back down. We're just repositioning the pelvis. Draw your left knee into your chest. Extend the right leg straight down to the ground, flexing that foot. So here's the deal. Take the right leg and do your best to have it straight so that the toes are pointed up towards the sky. And do your best to keep that right hamstring rooted into the ground, even though the left knee's coming into the chest. Gather the inhale now. Trace the exhale out. Again, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Relax your jaw, relax your forehead, and just enjoy 3 more rounds of the breath in through the nose. Exhale, 1. Releasing the left side here, big breath in. For 2, last full round now, follow the breath. Excellent job. Extend the left leg with or without the strap to the sky. So if you're not using the strap, you can literally take your hands and interlace them behind your hamstrings. I'll show you with Sarah here. So she's going to press her hamstring away into her hands, creating connection in the back of the hamstring with her hands. If you're using the strap, pull the strap down towards your face as the foot presses your face and strap away from you. So energetically, it would be as if my hands were pressing down, pressing all the way down on the sole of your foot and rooting the hip down into that socket. Take 3 more breaths. Watch the inhale. Beautiful job, Molly. Really, really nice. Full breath in for 2. 1 more deep inhale full exhale. Now, if you have your strap, take your strap in your left hand. If you don't have a strap, just hold the outer shin with your left hand. Right hand's going to come to the top of your thigh and start to open all the way to the left. Use that left heel to kick yourself open. I love this variation here, that even though if you don't have a strap or a tie at home, you could still push against that left hand and lift the foot up at the same time. So you're pushing the leg down into your hand and you're pressing your hand into your foot. You're getting that sensation. The same way with the strap. Really nice job, Sarah. Beautiful. Follow the breath. Again, ignite that right leg. That right leg stays firmly grounded. Do your best to create a little space under the hamstring. Pull the rib cage in. Relax through the entire back body as it melts towards the mat. 2 more rounds of your breath. Keep tug of war with your hand and the strap and your foot. 2 more. Deep inhale here. Steady exhale. Such a great way to release the back through this entire sequence. It could be done 2-3 times a day. On the next breath, straighten the right leg, left leg up to the sky. Switch your hands with the strap. Left shoulder's going to stay down. Feel free to broaden. You can even scoot your hips towards the left side as you start to transition that leg across the body. Feel free to take that left hand either by your hips straight down. This looks great, Enzo, straight down across. The other option, you could do the way Evan had it with his arm in the letter L. Nice, Sarah. So here's the deal. There's a twist happening, and whenever we have a twist, we want stability for the back. One way to create stability is to squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Now, they're not coming together, but you're pulling energy between the right heel and left heel. Squeeze there. And then imagine right under that left armpit, the side of the body gets really long, and it starts to not only lengthen down through that hip towards the front of the mat, but also across the body out to that left ankle. Take 2 more full big breaths in through the nose. Exhale for 1. 1 more time, big breath. Great job, guys. Don't forget about that right extended leg. Do your best to engage it. And then on your next breath, extend that left leg towards the sky. Keep it straight. Keep your leg extended. Just do your best to release that strap and slowly lower the left leg back down to the ground, as straight and as slow as possible. Nice job. Nice job. And then take a moment now and just notice, bring the awareness to the left side of your body. Notice the connection of the left lower back closer to the ground. That's releasing the lower back. And the left leg may seem even longer than the right. Beautiful. We'll do 1 more pose on our back before we transition. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a tremendous squeeze. Good. Plant your left foot down on the ground. Cross the right leg over the left thigh for a figure 4 stretch. You're welcome to stay here or intensify by lifting the knees into your chest and interlacing your hands under the left hamstring. Feel free to keep the shoulders down on the ground. If the back of your skull has difficulty meeting the mat, you can always place a block underneath your head. I'll show you here. Go ahead, right back down, Evan. That's great. So you can place a block underneath your head. If you have a telephone book at home, do they even make telephone books anymore? Probably not, but if you had a shoebox or something and you could pull that up beneath your head. We'll take 3 rounds of your breath. If you'd like to have more of a hamstring release, you can stretch the left leg to the ceiling the way that the front row has, and now everyone's joining in. Let's take 3 more breaths. Big breath in. Exhale 1. The whole time we lengthen our spine down towards the front of the mat. With 1 more full breath in. Stay grounded on your exhale. Nice job, Sarah. And then drop both knees back into your chest. Give yourself a huge hug, squeeze in. Maybe the shoulders come off the mat. Go ahead, back down. Let's take the other side. Figure four, creating the other leg. Reach that left leg across. Bring the knees towards your chest. You can thread that needle through using the left arm between your legs, grabbing the right side from the hamstring. Feel free to stay right here. You can also intensify stretching that hamstring by right leg towards the sky. If your right leg is extended towards the sky, root down. Imagine that someone literally was standing or putting weight on the right sole of your foot, and then there's just energy from the back of that right ankle, right hamstring, right bum, all the way down to the mat. One more full breath in. Really lovely. Really nice job, Enzo. Great job. And then go ahead and slowly release the right foot back down. Draw your knees back into your chest. Give yourself a huge hug. Maybe the shoulders and the nose come up towards the toes and your knees. Great job. Roll to the right side and then move your way to a cat-cow position on all fours. So you're just going to roll all the way up and take your time. Once you're in your tabletop position for some cat-cow, take a look at your hands and your wrist creases, making sure they're parallel to the front of your mat. And spread your fingers nice and wide. If you're having any wrist issues at home, you can literally take your thumb and your index finger and energetically drag them towards each other. Okay. Feel free to keep your knees directly underneath your hips. If you'd like to walk your knees back an inch or two to create more length through the side body, you're more than welcome. On your next breath, we'll take cow pose. Drop your belly, gaze up towards the sky, collarbones spread. Pull the belly in, round your spine, kitty cat, push the mat away. Good. Inhale, drop the belly, broaden through the collarbones, gaze towards the sky or in front of you. Pull the belly in, round your spine, kitty cat, push the mat away during the entire time. 3 more. Drop your belly, hands and knees root into the mat. Pull the belly in, round your spine. Nice job, Molly, looking good. 2 more. Drop the belly, heart pulls forward. Pull the belly in, round your spine. 1 more time. Drop the belly, broaden through the collarbones. Pull the belly in, round your spine. Great job. Come back to a neutral stance, preparing for camel pose. You are welcome to use the block between your inner thighs. Feel free to take the block between your inner thighs. In camel posture, you'll start to work yourself back up, grabbing the block to the inner thighs if you'd like to use one. Hands can go to the side of your hips. Feel free to take the block between your inner thighs. So an easier variation for the shoulders is to have your fingers pointing down, literally pointing your fingers down. Good. If you have a block and you're using a block, you're going to squeeze it through to the inner thighs. Start with your toes turned under so that the ball of your foot is on the mat. That's an easier version to start. If you're having back issues, this will feel good at the beginning to kind of start this way. With your block squeeze, lift the shoulders up and pull the elbows back. Squeeze your block, heart pulls forward, and start to gaze up towards the sky. Keep squeezing the inner thighs even if the block's not there. You're welcome to start to lean slightly towards the back of your mat. Send the heart to the sky as you lean back. Side of the palate goes back. Take 1 more full breath in, full breath out. Rise through center. Good job. Hands to the mat. We'll clear the pose with cat-cow. Drop your belly. Spread the collarbones. Cow pose. Round your spine. Kitty cat. 1 more time. Drop the belly. Heart pulls forward. Round your spine. Kitty cat. Come back through to a neutral stance. Second camel pose. Feel free to take your block. and come back to your knees. So let's say you're having your knee issues and it's really uncomfortable. You can always fold your mat like this, friends. You can literally always fold your mat and take your mat underneath you so that you make some extra padding that way. Just like that, okay? So go ahead and take your hands either the first way. You can also just kind of hold and hug your hands with your waist. Pull the shoulders up and behind you. Squeeze the block. Pull the belly in, rib cage in. Feel free to keep your toes turned under or the tops of your feet down onto the mat and start to take your variation of Camel Pose. Heart pulls up towards the sky. Shoulders draw away from the ears. Again, this is a heart experience, a front body opener. It helps to open the lower back, but I want you to lift from the middle of the shoulder blades as you curl into the upper back. So nothing's coming from the back in the lower back. It's all upper body. Think upper body lifts. One more full breath. Excellent job. Come on back through center and go ahead and lower back down to cat-cow pose. One round, drop your belly, cow pose. Pull the belly in, round your spine for kitty cat. One more time, just take one more pose of cat-cow. Nice job, how you doing at home? Getting Bulldog strong and healthy, clearing our backs. So come back to a neutral stance for a moment. We are gonna move into downward facing dog. Before we do that pose, make sure your wrists are parallel to the front of the mat. Look at your biceps. Spin your biceps forward to the front of the room. And then notice that your knees, look back at your knees. Make sure your knees are hiding your heels or your ankles. Technically, you shouldn't have to see your heels or ankles. Curl your toes under and then soften through the heart space as you begin to lift your knees up and find yourself in a downward facing dog. So imagine that I had my hands underneath your shoulders, right where your triceps were. Spin the biceps a little bit forward and then lift the shoulders up, yep, and then hollow out the armpits. That's it, nice job. Take one more full breath in, full breath out. Again, soften the shoulder blades down away from the ears and hug them behind the heart. Take two more breath cycles. Now, if you're having any back issues and it's uncomfortable, you can always bend your knees a little bit more. Nice, Sarah. And you can literally stick your booty out. That creates that lower curve in the spine that helps to release the lower back and get a ton of freedom. One more full breath in. Full breath out. Come through to a high plank pose. High plank posture. Now hold here. What would a bulldog class be without plank posture, right? Friends, you with me? There. Take 3 breaths. Big inhale. But this is a back releasing class, okay? So we don't have to go all out as we would be in our Invigorate class, for example. This is a back class to help heal the body. Pull the belly in. We know that when our core is nice and strong, the back also gets stability and strength. We'll take 5 more breaths here. Friends that need to drop to your knees, feel free. Those of you at home, if you need to drop to your knees, keep pushing the mat away with your hands so the upper body also still gets some strength. Pull the navel in towards your spine. One more full breath in. Great job. On your exhale, find yourself back in a downward facing dog. From the power of the pelvis, root all the way down through the soles of your feet. A lot of weight in the legs. Take one more full breath in. Full breath out. Roll forward again into a high plank pose. So we work the core to strengthen the back. We know that the front chain of the body helps to strengthen the back posterior chain of the body, and conversely the same. So work your core here by your plank. If you'd like to drop your knee, beautiful. So notice that Sarah dropped her knees. Even though she dropped her knees, I can see she's still engaging the core. Imagine that I had a string from her navel going up towards the sky. Her arms are still engaged. We're still working strength in the upper body. Take one more full big breath. Great job. Find yourself on the exhale down dog. 3 breaths in downward facing dog. Deep breath in. If at any time you need to take a slight break at home, you're welcome to drop to your tabletop. We've showed that one. Or take a child's pose at any time. Last plank pose, 5 rounds of your breath. Come forward into a high plank. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale 1. You're going to melt the shoulders between the back of the heart for 2. And right there, right when they come together, now I want you to fill up all the way through the middle of the back with your breath. And imagine I had that string from your navel pulling you towards the ceiling. Stay with me, everybody. One more breath. Don't go anywhere. Ready? Just drop down to your knees and then lower the entire upper body straight down to the ground. Release yourself down and bring your hands all the way behind your lower back. Interlace your hands at your lower back. So if you have a lower back strength without any discomfort, feel free to bring your feet towards each other. If you're having back issues and you literally need a little bit more broadening through the lower back, just go wider with your feet. You can take your base wider. Wherever you are, start to root down through your feet, pull the rib cage up and in and lift the upper body, strengthening the posterior train of the body. So we know the more we strengthen through the entire back and spine, the more the front body can open, the more we can release and clear back issues. Take one more full breath in. Excellent job. Go ahead and release. Nice, Molly. And take your hands by your side or keep them where they are on the back. We'll take 2 breaths in. We are going to revisit that pose. We are going to do another variation of that back spine strengthening posture. You are welcome to keep your hands as they were interlaced behind your lower back or by the side of your body for locust, full locust, your choice. Ready? Take a full breath in. Lift the upper body off the mat. Root down through your feet on the exhale. Keep your feet planted in the ground. Take a deep breath in. Full exhale. And now listen, everybody, upper body lifts. Great job. Let your feet come off the mat. Spread your toes and fire up your inner thighs. 3 rounds of your breath. Big breath in. Notice if you're over efforting anywhere in your jaw and your face. Just relax there. Let the breath guide you. One more inhale. Beautiful, Evan. Go ahead and gently release. Take rest. And just let your body receive that breath. 1 inhale through the nose. 1 exhale out through the nose. Great job. We're going to take 1 more variation of this posture with Cobra. This time, bring your hands by the sides of your body. You can go down towards the bottom rib area. Your thumbs can meet right around where the ribs are. Again, if you need lower back support, go wider with your feet. Start to engage the tops of your feet into the mat. Listen carefully before we begin. Start to shrug the shoulders up towards your ears and then pull the front of the shoulders away from the mat. And as you drag your heart through for Cobra, press your feet down. Good. Notice when you start to come up, the pelvis stays on the mat. The biceps spin slightly forward. Tips of the shoulder blades pull in. Take 1 more full breath and gently release. 2 breaths in between. We can do the same exact Cobra or take a variation where you're on your ridge tops, where you're on your fingertips. You're going to go a lot wider. I'll show it to you with Sarah. As she engages her feet, she presses down through the tops of her feet. Everybody begin to squeeze your inner thigh, pull the shoulders back, send the heart forward, and then come up to your fingertips if you desire on ridge tops. Gorgeous. Maybe you even straighten the arms a little bit more. Keep rooting from your pelvis straight down through your legs. Pubic bone stays on the mat. Heart expands from the back of the body. Take 1 more full breath. Good job. And gently release. Take rest. 2 breath cycles. So the sequence is specifically to open and release to create healthy backs. We'll take 2 more variations on our belly with Sphinx Pose. Start to set up your hands directly underneath you where the shoulders are in line with your elbows, starting to come up towards Sphinx. Notice your hands, they're rooted down into the mat, elbows drag back, heart starts to pull forward. Shoulders want to go directly in line with your elbows. Whatever's touching the mat is fired up. Nice job. Keep pressing down through the pubic bone. Keep stretching and lengthening through the back of your legs towards the back of the mat. Take 2 breaths in. Exhale 1. Full breath in. Exhale 2. 1 more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Come on back down to your belly and take rest. 2 breaths here, in through the nose and out. 1 more full breath in. Full breath cycle out. Last time, Sphinx Pose. Hands root down into the mat. Shoulders in line with elbows, top of the feet pressed down into the ground. Drag your heart forward, melt the shoulders away from your ears, and take 3 breaths. Big breath in. Exhale for 1. Deep breath in. Exhale 2. 1 more full big breath. Beautiful job. Go ahead and release back down. And press back into Child's Pose. Get your hips back. Take 3 rounds of your breath. Big breath in. Exhale 1. Full breath cycle here. For 2. 1 more deep breath in. Beautiful job. Come on back to your tabletop position. Have a seat. Let your legs come out from in front of you and slowly start to roll down on your back. Give yourself a big squeeze in towards your chest. Take a full breath here. Exhale completely all the way out. Plant your feet all the way back down on the mat. Bring your hands over your head, making the letter T. Lift your hips up towards the sky. Take your hips to the left side of your mat. Drop your hips down. Take both knees to the right for a spinal twist. Follow the breath in. Exhale 1. Deep breath in. For 2. 1 more full big breath. Finish the exhale. Great job. Bring your feet back down to the ground. Lift your knees up. Lift your hips up. Take your hips all the way to the right side of the mat. Drop your hips back down and take your twist. Make sure that you do your best to keep shoulders rooted into the ground. Take 2 breaths in. Full breath out. 1 more deep inhale. Great job, friends. Great job at home. Start to transition. Knees go back up towards the sky. Feet plant to the mat. Lift your hips up. Lower them back down as you reposition the pelvis. Enjoy your final rest. Extend the legs nice and long. Take your hands by the side of your body. And just follow your breath. And start to find some movement through the fingers and your toes. And draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a huge hug. Roll to the right side and make your way up to your seat. And you can bring your hands, both hands over your heart space or in the position of prayer, your choice. I want to thank you guys so much for showing up, for carving out this time together in the studio and at home. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram or on YouTube. You can catch us on Facebook, Bulldog Yoga. We'll close together with one breath. Take a big inhale. Open your mouth, let it go. Enjoy yourselves. Thanks so much. Until next time.
Your touch, your kiss, your warmth.